All right, so I got just a second. All right, so I got this box from Vinkman, and it's really cool. So, I'm gonna talk about the contents of this box just a second. So, all right, if you're watching this video and you're kind of freaking out, this is a new feature for iPad that newer iPads have. It's called Center Stage. So it kind of centers and focuses on the human. So, all right, first things first. This video is an unboxing video. I just got the box out. I've got the contents of the box out. I put it out on my desk. Full disclosure. So I already know what's in the box. But I was going to do this live on episode 50 of Make Mine Mayday. But I'm moving. And I want to be able to put everything in a specific box. And I didn't want to have to, keep the box separate and make sure it doesn't get damaged over the next few months, because I wasn't going to be able to do another episode of Make Mine Mayday until July, and I'm going to be full on in move mode. Some of the stuff behind me won't probably be on the wall during that period of time, just because I'm going to be moving. So the goal is going to be getting everything out of this room and Gabby's room and my bedroom and getting it downstairs and staged, no pun intended, to be ready to move. And that way there's less stuff up here, more stuff, pretty much very few stuff will be up here because I'm going to be packing everything up. And so it's just to try to make my move and the transition significantly easier. So all that being said, let's talk about what's in the box. First things first. This item, for me, has been a grail, so to speak, because I've been really wanting this figure. So, obviously, MCU figures is not something that I necessarily consistently collect all the time. And when I do collect them, they are just the Spidey stuff. That's all I collect. So, that being said, I've got this guy. Now, this guy here is the Marvel Legends Civil War 3-pack Spider-Man figure. This is based off of the original costume design from the Civil War film. If you've seen the set pictures, the costume is a little different than what we actually got in the final product. They did a lot of heavy digital editing to the suit in post-production compared to the suit, actually the physical suit in live action. And for the most part, that suit is what you would call the Homecoming suit. But this was based off of those early design pieces from Civil War that they usually get about a year in advance, and things tend to change. So that's why when you see stuff that's promoting a movie, there's going to be little weird things. If you look at the MCU films and then the stuff that comes after the films are out versus when they're already in production, they don't always look the same. And this is a very clear key example. I'll do a YouTube short on this guy pretty shortly. So next up, now this is something that was revealed by Kelly on the show, but this is a Spider-Man magazine. Now this magazine is a nondescript magazine, wouldn't be of any importance really, but if you're a Spider-Girl fan, it's very much of importance. Now let me tell you why. This is the magazine that featured The Dance. It's a short story, prose story written by Tom DeFalco. It's got some Ron Lim, little nuggets of artwork, and it's not very easy to find, but if you can find it, it's nice to have in your collection. So if you're a Spider-Girl fan, this is one of those that you should probably hunt down and look for. Next up is a couple of trades, the first of which is Venom, Planet of the Symbiotes. Now this was a trade story that I covered on Clone Saga Chronicles. One of my favorite episodes to record. This book is bonkers. It is hilarious unintentionally for me. There is some infamous things in this book. I may do a YouTube short detailing a couple of the panels. For example, does this not look like Elmo? I mean, honestly. Why does Carnage look like Elmo? Why does it look like Elmo? So, come on, move back. There we go. All right. So we got we got that. Finally, so in terms of Spectacular Spider-Girl, the trade paperbacks, yes, there's my empty Gatorade bottle. In terms of trade paperbacks, there was two that were produced, and Venkman got me the first one. This is the Who is Gwen Riley trade. Now, this covers basically everything in Amazing Spider-Man family. So the Mr. and Mrs. Spider-Man stories, as well as the Spectacular Spider-Girl stories that were in that book. And then the first 4 issues of Web of Spider-Man, the second volume of that title, that had the rest of the Spectacular Spider-Girl stuff. This basically covers the Mr. and Mrs. Spider-Man plus the first half of Spectacular Spider-Girl trades. So really kind of cool. It's nice to have. It also includes Spider-Girl Zero for some reason, and it's definitely the version of Spider-Girl Zero that was produced for the the digests. I can tell via the word balloons and how everything's kind of blown up here. So it's interesting. It's an interesting book to have. Really enjoy it. Been kind of reading it over the last few days. It's got a lot of good stuff in it. Finally, there is one other thing that Venkman got me. So this requires a bit of explanation. So I collect a lot of Marvel Legends. And you might see these retro-carded figures. These are based off of the retro-carded... when they call them retro-carded. The cards stock themselves, and the packaging is based off of what Toy Biz used to produce back in the 90s, whenever they had the Spider-Man animated series contract, so to speak. So in that spirit, they have produced a bunch of 6-inch figures, Marvel Legends figures, in that style. I really like the packaging. The packaging is kind of the selling point for it. So there was one that I didn't think I'd get. And it's because of the fact of it was exclusive. And there's been a few of these. There's a notable one that in fact, I'm going to go grab it. So, in grabbing this is the Venom retro-carded figure. Now, this came out as a PulseCon exclusive. So this guy is probably $100 on the aftermarket. He's not a very cheap figure. Now, I just got told that the knockoff version of this, aka the unofficial but based off the same molds type thing, is available on AliExpress right now for like about the same price as a normal Marvel Legend. There's a lot of people that don't want to open this up because of the fact that it's a con exclusive. So you can't get it, like, it's not something you could have gone to a store and bought. You could only buy it if you bought it online during the PulseCon 2020. So in that similar vein, they did, and this is based off, the design is based off of the actual animated series. So Venom's design and the color scheme is based off of that. Now, this was kind of done, the color scheme part was kind of done, I saw a person on Reddit do it shortly after, a while ago, and they took one of the existing Venom figures and just added the red and blue cell shading to it. So then they released this. I think that kind of helped inspire the idea for the way they've done the cell shading on other figures. This was the first time they did this in Spider-Man. So in that similar vein, they did a Walmart exclusive figure. You might have heard me talk about it if you've watched my show, Spidey Experience, but this was based off of the Spider-Man animated series from the 90s. Now, the mold, I say it's based off of this. I'm pretty sure this mold was this figure was the first time that this mold was used. I'm almost positive. So they've recently redone some of the articulation over the last couple of years for Spider-Man. And as a result, this 90s animated series Spidey is an extremely rare figure because He was a Walmart exclusive. Some places got an end cap that featured it. A lot of places didn't. So there was a lot of people that didn't get their hands on this figure, and there was a lot of people that did pre-orders for the figure that never received it. So in terms of, and again, aftermarket, this was 40 to 50 to 60 to 70 bucks in some cases. It's kind of settled down a little bit since, but for a while there, if you had bought multiples, you could probably make a couple $100 just off of selling your extras. So, not saying that he spent this amount of money. I don't know how much money he spent. I don't want to know how much money he spent because I will be very angry with him once I find out how much money he spent with him. It'd be angry in loving terms. Like, I'm flattered. Super flattered. So, that being said, he got me one of them. That's right. And he didn't just give me one. He got me two. So, you will definitely be seeing a YouTube short talking about this guy very shortly because, holy cow, I love this figure. It's a really fun figure. But he extremely outdid himself. I am so thankful. You'll see a short not only for this guy, but also, well, spoilers, for this guy. And, yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it. I was flabbergasted, and I wished I could have had the video working when I opened the box and saw it, because I really just was floored. So thank you to Venkman. Right now there's a big pile because I'm getting a new box, and I'm going to be packing all these guys and gals up. This is all the figures that I've already done, because I'm going to start, like I say, packing up my office and everything like that. Funny thing is that's not all the Spidey stuff on the shelf. I've still got quite a bit of stuff to do. So there's going to be more YouTube shorts coming very soon talking about Spidey stuff. So all that being said, if you're still watching this video, thank you. I do want to give a couple programming notes. Number one, Voices from the Eyrie, the latest episode is available now on the YouTube page for free. Now, normally the video edition is not available on YouTube. It's only available on patreon.com/SpideyDudeNetwork, the way you can support the channel and the website. But because of the conversation with Dynamite Entertainment and people at Dynamite and Greg talking about the new Gargoyles series that he's writing, the regular series and the mini-series that he's writing, we wanted to make that available to you so that way you could see all the fun visual aids. So, free edition of Voices from the Eyrie available right now. Secondly, got some YouTube shorts that are coming up. One I think I just did with Javi. Actually, I didn't do it. Javi did it, filmed it for me and sent it to me. Talking about the Secret Wars Black Suit Spidey retro figure. So if you have not seen that, check that out here on the channel. And tonight, as of when this is being uploaded, we are going to be broadcasting Across the Spider-Verse of podcasts here on the Spidey Dude Radio Network. Sorry, there's no other versions of this shirt yet. I have been working on making more of these shirts, but this is a one of one. This is the prototype for the shirt. All right, so Across the Spider-Verse podcast, we got some fun people, podcasters, different shows. I've had the pleasure of being on some of these shows. Got some old friends, some new friends, bringing those people together to talk about the art of podcasting and their experiences, as well as just talking Spidey and shooting the breeze a little bit. Also, next Tuesday, we're going to be covering Spider-Man 2099 on the Comic Binge YouTube channel. I'll be a part of the Spider-Man Council. And I think Monday we're going to be recording a new episode of Books of X. I got another guest appearance that I'm doing Saturday. I've got a very busy few days of podcasting here. And then Wednesday. Wednesday is the day that the newest issue of Amazing Spider-Man comes out, issue 26. So as a result of that, we're going to be talking a lot about the death of Kamala Khan, the controversy surrounding it. Why is it controversial? We'll kind of go into that. And I know we're going to talk about the PlayStation Experience reveal of the gameplay for Spider-Man 2 on PS5. Definitely going to talk about that, because that's that stuff's amazing. Not necessarily the book, But the PS5 stuff's amazing. And we'll actually get to read in context how Kamala Khan dies. We'll see what happens. Will I enjoy it? I don't know. Keeping an open mind, though. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm using my new iPad that I got for school, and it's got this center stage feature that moves with me. So if that's freaking you out, well, I'm sorry. But all that being said, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of this video. And if you want to support this channel, you can always support us over on patreon.com/SpideyDudeNetwork. Find out all our shows on spidey-dude.com or find them on your favorite podcast catcher. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you hopefully on a live stream coming soon.